Ripples at Work is a new educational model that aims to trial, refine, and create an online knowledge production tournament, Ripples at Work Games. I'm Dr. Lena Redman, Russian-born Australian independent educational researcher, and I invite you to join me in this exciting exploratory project. I'll start this video by talking about my accent. Although it is not the subject of today's episode, it illustrates a critical point about our contemporary reality. I'm talking about rapid globalization, which became possible because of fast technological advances. These two aspects of modern existence are the reason why we so desperately need a new form of education. Although most people acknowledge this, considering how rapidly and radically society is changing, the changes in universal education are lagging far behind. Despite a great deal of talk about walking in step with the spirit of the times, education can't seem to brace itself for radical changes to match the global megashift. Traditionally, education has been assigned the role of preparing young people for their post-school lives. However, because it is subject to rigid standardization, it has not been flexible enough to fully assimilate the new social realities. And as long as the structures remain unaltered, we can only make superficial tweaks. It is like attaching all sorts of cutting-edge gadgets to an old sailboat in the hope that they will propel it through the turbulent waters of a mountain river. No wonder it doesn't work. Modern education still operates in the mode of the late 20th century. But let us look at how society today is different from the society of the late 20th century. In economics, the nature of value has been altered by new technological conditions. Late 20th century industrial society is often referred to as the post-Fordist economy, a mass object production economy. Today's society is referred to as knowledge or information and communication economy. In the post-Fordist economy, when digital technologies started entering the sphere of production, value was still embodied in financial capital, machines, factories, and the land on which organizations of production stood. In the knowledge economy, value has shifted into the sphere of human capital. This includes private enterprise, brands, products or service designs, intellectual property, expertise in organizational systems, and skills in dealing with emerging communication patterns. In other words, physical assets are increasingly giving way to so-called intangible assets. The infrastructure by means of which economic operations are executed is also changing. It has gradually become more and more reliant on digital networks. We can also observe how these networks have enabled the creation of a new infrastructure of digital platforms, such as Amazon, Wix, Shopify, Uber, Upwork, and many others, forging a gig economy. While gig labor characterized by a single event or short contracts is not new, the gig economy where business deals are done through online commercial platforms, is an entirely new construct of the digital age. Business organizations alter their relationship with physical space by adopting a cloud work model where workers are not limited by how near they are to their clients or the objects of their labor. The rapid growth of the gig economy can be observed all over the world. But I'm not arguing here in favor of the gig economy. The point that I'm trying to make is that the nature of the job market is metamorphosing in front of our eyes. And what is the most crucial in all this is the speed with which technology is accelerating globalization and revolutionizing all spheres of modern reality. But how do we know that modern education doesn't work in these conditions? Well, research shows even though nearly 60% of young people hold a post-school qualification, only 50% of them manage to secure full-time jobs. By the year 2030, automation, globalization, and flexibility will change what we do in every job. Throughout their lifetime, people will have, on average, 17 jobs over 5 different careers. Meanwhile, education is still fixed on cramming young people with standardized knowledge and skills designed to prepare them for full-time standard employment in a specific knowledge domain. The current COVID-19 crisis has led to a dramatic disruption of traditional education. Articles on online teaching and learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic are awash with negative feedback. And research data on its positive effect are at too early a stage to be adequately verified. However, regarding the 3 areas mentioned in this video, automation, globalization, and flexibility, the beneficial influence of remote learning is hard to deny. In a nutshell, remote learning promotes digital literacy, expands learning through engaging with the internet and social media, and creates more flexible learning hours. It has also been revealed with absolute certainty that education needs not just to assimilate new methods and strategies, but really to rethink the whole concept of teaching and learning. So whether there will be a further growth of the gig economy, or whether we will see the emergence of some other form of job market, one thing is clear today: it is not a narrow, discipline-oriented education that our children need. As the infrastructure of digital platforms mediates new rules, where standards and traditions are often bypassed, and commercial value increasingly shifts from physical to human assets, young people have to develop their own repertoire, a set of individual knowledge and skills, and learn to use this repertoire in collaboration with others throughout their lives. The clock is ticking and changes are happening so fast that we cannot afford just to sit back and watch while education kicks the can down the road. So, if you are a parent, a teacher, an educational researcher, or a student who recognizes the enormous pressure that comes from today's exponential technological developments and globalization, and if you see a clear discrepancy between what is required in the future and what current education delivers, you are most welcome to join our Facebook Ripples at Work trials. Visit the Ripples at Work Facebook page, where you can find printable pages that accompany each video, fill in the form to register yourself as a participant, and I see you soon in our exciting and very important project to equip our children for a rapidly changing world.